I need to get my priorities straight. A little background. I, 29F, own a home with my fiancée, 30M, and we split expenses and housework 50-50. I like to think we contribute equally to the household, but one area we differ in is our work schedules, and I am a night owl, have insomnia. He works the typical 9-5 and I bartend during the evenings 4 nights a week with one morning brunch shift. My sleep schedule is very wonky, and lately it has been sleeping from about 9/10 to and a sleepless night or two per week. Before you judge, we have no kids and this works for me. I do my best to stay quiet and want to get things done while I'm awake at night, but don't want to wake him up. Now to the malicious compliance. One day this week we spent the evening tidying up the house together, and I thought we both contributed equally and all was well and good. But there were so many dishes that there were some piled up in the sink after we loaded the dishwasher, and then they continued to pile up again. This is also a constant issue for us, as he also tends to leave dishes in the sink even when the dishwasher has plenty of space. Last night I had a sleepless night and I spent it quietly in the living room working on a paint by numbers. Tonight I came home and was told, "Your painting looks good, but you really need to get your priorities straight," and mentioned the dishes in the sink. Now this really pissed me off, because most of the dishes were his. I am his partner, not his maid, and I had shoveled our enormous driveway the night prior. I decided he was right. So at 4 in the morning I went to the kitchen and did all the dishes. Loudly. He came to the kitchen and asked me what the hell I was doing. I told him that I was getting my priorities straight and doing the dishes like he asked. Little update, he just got up for work, we both apologized, and he said good job on the kitchen, it looks very nice. Edit. Wow, this blew up. Thank you to those who are giving helpful advice. I like to think one rude comment and one act of pettiness doesn't define our whole relationship, as these things aren't a common occurrence. We both made a mistake, so we both apologized for our actions and can easily move forward without resenting one another. I know not everything is exactly 50-50. I just meant we both contribute and it's not one person taking care of the entirety of the housework. Those darn dishes just divide us sometimes. It's always the dishes, innit? Did he immediately realize how he fucked up, or did it take a moment? I admire this level of pettiness. Kudos to you. I would have done the same. Had a friend whose husband was the same. She asked him once why he wouldn't help, not do them all, mind you, just help, with the dishes. His response, "You are my favorite dish and I love to do you. Why would I want to ever do any other dish?" She told me she just melted, and no work got done that weekend. He did start doing all the dishes since then. Rule 1. Clean up your own shit. Rule 2. Anything not specifically yours is shared by the group. As I told my kids and pretty anyone else, don't inconvenience others because you won't inconvenience yourself. If he insists on piling them in the sink or on the counter, I would leave the dishwasher door open and the racks pulled out to give him easy access, but only put my dishes in it. If he closes it, I will just open it again till he says something or gets the message. My response if he says something would be that you were helping him by leaving it open after you did all of your dishes. Nice solution. I don't know if this is helpful, but my partner and I used to run into this situation all the time, and we actually found that by stashing a bunch of our dishes in storage, it just gave us less to dirty and so, fewer to wash. Like there were 2 of us then, now we have kids, so we had only like 4 plates out, 4 glasses, 4 mugs, etc. We had to wash more frequently, but it also prevented things stacking up and becoming unmanageable. Just thought I'd put this out there. When I'm cross with my husband, I wait and do the dishes whilst he's in the shower. I'm careful to repeatedly turn the hot water off and on. To save water. He's obviously not read this. Oh, I do hope you don't disturb his sleep. We used to have this issue too, mostly with our teenage kid. Finally, tired and frustrated, we got rid of all our dishes and went to Target. Fortunately, no one confused us for employees. Each of us got our own plate and glass and is going to be responsible for cleaning up their own set after they use it. If it was left used, we would put it in the sink without washing it, so the person who used it would have to clean it prior a meal. At first it sucked, we all had to get used to it, and our dishes don't match as we don't have sets, but it definitely fixed the issue. We just put paper plates when we have friends over. The moment you become a mommy to a man and not his lover is the moment sexy time ends. Nobody wants to take care of an adult like it's a child, and it is a major turn off if you live with one. I do the cooking 50-50 and all the washing up as my wife is disabled. You do what is needed, it's that simple. Oh wow, the luxury of having a dishwasher and then never using it. I've been without one for nearly 10 years and it's a pain in the ass. So, eliminate a couple steps to alleviate this problem. 2 dishwashers. Hear me out. As you use dishes, put them in one, until you have a full load. Run it, then you have a washer full of clean dishes. Don't put them away. Just take dishes out of there as you use them, and put them in the other dishwasher when they're dirty. Eventually you empty one and fill the other. Lather, rinse, repeat. And never unload the dishwasher again. You guys have a dishwasher? Oh, I'm honestly clueless how that works. I'm the dishwasher cold sweat smile. Yep, Asian. Please spare me. Upside down face. My spouse cooks most of the time, she loves cooking and baking. I'm responsible for the dishes and the teen doubler. I responsible for the cat's litter boxes and cleaning the bathrooms. Man, your man is a dick, and that's coming from a man. I hope my honey never feels like this. Eat on disposable plates for a month, wash all cooking utensils immediately after using. See if he notices. Tell him what you did when he complains about the dishes again. Also, afterwards, ask him why he has the idea that washing, and putting away, all the dishes are your responsibility. Get a dog. Whoever does dishes escapes dogwalk duty in our house. Everyone wins. Awesome sauce. Also tell him you are not his mother and he needs to clean up after himself. One person washes, the other dries and puts away. These do not have to be done simultaneously. Easier way to keep things even. I like your solution. Mine would have been to limit the amount of reusable dishes in the house. Hard to have a huge pile-up of dishes when you have enough for 2 people to have 2-3 meals on them. Guests can just use disposable dishes. Or if you're leaning into being bougie, get a second smaller set of dishes and save your current set as the "we're hosting" set. Goddamn dishes, ruining relationships since. My partner and I had the same issue a couple of times. We now use an app with predefined scores to track household chores. It works really well for us. She's very competitive, so she takes it as a challenge. I always tend to naturally do chores. With the tracking we kind of always end up doing 50-50. No quarrels after. This is such a great picture of a pretty healthy relationship. Thanks for sharing this story. Just in case this is helpful for anyone reading the comments, the most successful way my partner and I have figured out to manage the dishes is that one person loads and the other empties. Like I am the dishwasher loader and he is the dishwasher emptier. We have a magnet on the dishwasher that says clean on one side and dirty on the other side. We both have ADHD and dishes used to be an impossible task for me, but now with this system it's so much easier for me, and probably my partner would agree. I know exactly how you feel with the sleeping. I was awake for 24 hours the other day, then slept for a while. I woke up 4:54 a.m. till now 7:31 p.m. Not sure when I'll go sleep later. Every upvote on this is a testament of human immaturity. This is not a good story. This is just 2 people being dumb to each other and bragging about it. Wow. You have a kitchen sink. Having such diverse work, sleep patterns is never easy, and I have been there. I worked a graveyard shift, midnight to 8 a.m., for about 3.5 years while my wife was a SAHM and we had 3 kids under 10. It was hellish. A good marriage is about compromise, and you seem to have it under control. I had a KitchenAid DWI in my last house. It had a dedicated rinse-only feature and built-in garbage disposal. We could put in unrinsed dishes and let them sit for almost a week, then rinse only, then a normal wash cycle. But still, my significant other would pile up dishes in the sink, and fill them with water to soak. Disgusting, and unnecessary. You couldn't use the sink because of this. And it left drippy puddles of bacteria water between the sink and DW. Discussions, monthly sink to dishwasher classes. Nothing could be done to change this behavior. Time to buy a Costco load of paper plates. For the relationship. Sounds more like you need to get your sleep schedule straight. Just a tip on how to keep dishwashing to a manageable amount of work. I do most of the cooking and dishes in my home, and yes, I have a wife, but for the first 20 years of our marriage she did most of the cooking and dishes. I have a great friend who is a chef. When he is cooking, if he is done with a dish he immediately washes it and puts it in the dry rack. He stated that after food is served the only dishes left are easy to manage. Not an easy habit to form, but saves headaches. Easy fix, consider the dishwasher full when it gets to 3/4 full. Then whoever is home when the cycle ends should empty it. Want is your favorite number? Would have painted the dishes. Oof, this sounds like me and my so. Hope this isn't a prophecy. You shoveled? Damn. This sounds like a hellish relationship I once had. glad it's behind me. There is obviously some underlying problem in your relationship for something like this to boil over. Also, it's an immature as fuck solution posting to Reddit for validation from strangers on your one-sided point of view. You really need to get your priorities straight. Divorce material, right there. Just want to let you guys know that there's a war going on in Ukraine right now and people are dying. LPT. Install 2 elevated dishwashers instead, a bit more storage space. Then you'll always have a place to put dirty dishes and a place to pull clean ones from. It reduces the intermediate location of sink and shelf. Elevated by 1-2 feet makes access far easier. Storage can add above and below each dishwasher, but you'll lose counter space. Sorry, do you split chores 50-50 or not? The wife and I have different views on how the dishwasher should be loaded, so I don't have to load it anymore rolling on the floor laughing. Sounds like you have a healthy relationship. I'm sorry, did you say you sleep 4 hours a night, and once or twice a week you don't sleep at all? Dishes are malicious. They just continue to generate.